Hi, this is Matt Donegan at Business Spotlight. I'm here with Angelos. Angelos, could you tell me who you are, what you do, and how long you've been doing it for, please?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. I'm Angelos Panayiotou. I'm the managing director and founder of Windfall Logistics, WFL. My day-to-day consists of predominantly, talking to my team, making sure things are running smoothly, speaking to key partners, predominantly clearing my inbox, as we all do these days.
Okay. And what is it that WFL does?
So WFL is a back office solution for business. We have about 75 brands that we manage. Effectively, what we do is we receive orders, we process orders, we arrange delivery of those orders, mainly to major retailers and national retailers, local wholesalers, etc. We invoice and we do the credit control for our clients.
Right. Okay. And what made you start the business in the first place?
Um, I'm an accountant by trade. I qualified with PwC in the late 90s, and I'd always been fascinated and passionate about business systems and business structures. And I got to see quite a lot on how they worked. I'd always wanted to run my own business, and predominantly I started off as an accountant, starting an accounting practice in 2003. I got an opportunity with a client that came to me a few years later and said, I've got this great product, I'm importing it in from the States, but it's sort of collapsing when it comes to the back office. Can you help me? So we looked at that. I had quite a lot of experience with that in the past, and we put together a really good, robust structure for the client who loved it and started recommending us to others.
Oh, great.
Before I knew it, we were consulting on multiple different brands offering this as a service through our accounting practice. But I thought, you know what, this deserves to be a standalone business.
Yeah.
So in 2007, we formed Windfall Logistics Limited, with rebranded as WFL, and it's kind of taken ever since.
Okay. What kind of businesses do you work with? Who are your major clients?
Um, they are mainly startups, to be honest. Startups to turnovers between 1 and 5 million. Our most well-known client, we support Remedy kombucha. It's a well-known kombucha drink. We support them with their Amazon, listing and back office. Arizona iced tea is another one that we do the back office for. There's a few other that if you walk around the supermarket, you'll recognise.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of, as you can imagine, if you're a startup entrepreneur, the last thing on your mind is how do I manage the back office? We offer that, and we fill that gap.
Yeah.
More recently, as we've grown, we've now started dealing with bigger brands such as Remedy. But we support businesses from startup to about 10 million turnover.
Excellent. Okay. And that's that a business can really fail if it doesn't get the back office right. People, I think, when you're new in business, it's difficult. You think the entrepreneurs often think about the excitement of going into the marketplace and selling their brand, and if they don't have the back office sorted, if they don't have logistics, processes, systems in place, it will collapse. Do you often go in and pull them up, tell them, this is what you really need to do in order to make your business run efficiently? Are they screaming
Sure.
by the time they come to you? Is it much of a consultative sell? How does it work?
Our business is quite unique in that we are the party that sells their product to the retailer. So effectively, we become their distributor in relative, but we're not really. We're not here to sort of come in and distribute their product, but as a byproduct, we sell their product to the major retailers, to national wholesalers, high street retailers, etc. By doing that, they kind of bolt into our existing system.
Yeah.
So they don't have to worry about creating a whole structure by themselves. But key to that is it's the confidence from the retailer's point of view. We've been dealing with these retailers for 16 years. They know us, they like us, they trust us. And if they had to choose between a product that doesn't have it's they don't know if it's got the operational robustness in place, or a product that chooses us, they are more likely to go with the product through us, because they know they've got the confidence. We know how they operate. We know their specific requirements. We've got the relationships with the relevant departments, etc. So it gives a product half a chance of getting a listing, and once it gets the listing, the key for retailers is delivering on time in full. Empty shelves is death of is the death of retailers, and we've got a very good track record, and that's why we're quite successful.
Okay, so what's your USP then? What's making you stand out in the crowd?
It's all interlinked, really. I guess we've got a really good system, really good, robust system, which we're developing all the time, where we're improving. Things change. We've got a very good team that operates that system. We've got an excellent relationship with our warehouse, a third-party provider, Bowie Distribution in Cheshire, and we've got very good relationships with key retailers, the major supermarkets, national retailers, wholesalers, etc. And all of that combined creates a kind of interlinked system whereby we know who to talk to, the right people, get the products listed. If the product's got to be right, they've got to be the right product for the retailer. But having that structure in place enables our clients to be able to get a foothold in what's a really challenging and competitive market.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's food and drink products that we mainly do.
Yeah. Are you seeing any potential to move into other sectors, or are you just going to stick in food and drink for now?
Pharmaceutical, we've started moving into, but more of the sort of the new sort of products. We've got a great mushroom extract brand, CBD brand that's been around a few years. So sort of the supplement market is something we've started. Is huge in our growth, but I would say 50% of our business comes in referrals, and it's natural. If you've got more food and drinks clients, they're going to know other food and drinks, friends of theirs, or partners. So organically, we're growing in that way.
Yeah. Okay. So in terms of growth, are you looking for further growth in your business at the moment?
Of course. We've got systems. We're implementing new ones all the time to help us, to help our clients, and we are built for growth. We had a target. I set a target in 2018, 20 million by 2020. We were turning over 5 or 6 at that time. We missed it. We didn't hit 20 million by 2020. 2020, the world came to a standstill with COVID. We hit 20 million in 2021, and I cheekily said to my senior team, right, it's 30 by 2030. We've just broken 30 million.
Oh, so amazing. That's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, a proud moment. So we are growing. We've got ambitious targets. I'm not going to say 40 by 40 because I think we'll beat that well before that.
Oh, that's brilliant. So your growth plans. I often ask people how their growth plans are going. Are they hitting targets? You've already told me that. It sounds like you're starting to move into the area of the hockey stick as opposed to the flat line. How does that feel?
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think the biggest mistake I made, and why we've been going for 16 years. For the last 5 years has been we've been on the hockey stick, and had I maybe had a little bit more confidence, I would have done what I did back in 2018 a lot sooner. What I did in 2018 is I sold my accounting practice.
Right.
I was running accounting business and WFL at the same time.
Yeah.
You can only really focus on if you really want to make something work, you focus on one thing.
Yeah.
And the accounting business was a very steady, regular, safe income.
Yeah.
I was with logistics, okay, great, but it was kind of, not what the safety net was always there.
Yeah.
Take that safety net away, and suddenly you're challenged. You push yourself, and you do what you need to do to get it to work. And that's exactly what I did. And had I done that earlier, I think we would have been further along.
Yeah. Lots of study about that. The fact that if there's a plan B, people don't commit. The business owner doesn't fully commit, and if you don't fully commit, then you're not focused, and if you're not focused, then you won't deliver. So it's such a truism what you've just said. When there is no plan B, plan A has to work. So
yeah,
that's brilliant. I love that. Absolutely love it. So what's the main challenges you've got right now? What's the thing that's keeping you awake?
I would say, look, we've got a great team. The people here are excellent. Hiring more of them is a challenge. The labour market I believe, has suffered. I think there's a less pool of people to choose from. Wages have obviously gone up as a result, and we're not in London. We're in St Albans, nice place to work, etc. But attracting the right people is hard. Once they're here, though, we do have a good track record of keeping them.
Yeah.
People that are my colleagues that work here, they're challenged. They're challenged every day. It's not an easy place to work. You have to think on your feet. You have to react. You have to be calm, have a certain manner about you.
Yeah.
But if you succeed here, the people that are here, their skill set widens to such because they're exposed to so many different things that they'll leave here with a lot more skills and knowledge than they did when they started.
So when you prioritize staff in that recruitment process, are you prioritizing IQ or are you prioritizing EQ? Is it the emotional intelligence, or is it the sort of the A levels and the degrees that you?
Yeah, I would say, look, IQ is important, but it's not the most important factor in our business. So I think the ability to think on your feet is the most important thing. But we're dealing with transport. We're dealing with predominantly road haulage or ship or sea freight.
Yeah.
Road haulage is notoriously unreliable. Traffic jams, things turn up late. You've got clients that want their product delivered on time in full, and so do we. But when there's an issue on the M6, that causes issues everywhere else. And having the calmness to deal with that situation and deal with a client that's a little bit apprehensive, deal with a retailer that's also feeling it because they want their product, and finding a solution to issue. Every day for our team is a challenge in that something new presents itself, but they have we provide them with the confidence and the skill set to deal with it.
Yeah, that's great. That you don't micromanage, because I don't think you can in your environment, can you? You just drive yourself mad.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of the the key things here is I've got a really good senior team who I've empowered to help with their respective areas. I don't macromanage them. We have weekly meetings. We're getting together next week on an annual. We're not close your phones, close your laptops. We're going to a nice hotel in St Albans with the senior team, and we're going to close ourselves off. And it's like a think tank session.
Yeah.
But we're not put away the day to day.
Yeah.
And likewise, my senior team empower their team, their colleagues in their own respective teams to get done what needs to get done.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. I mean, that sounds like a very well run, very well oiled machine that you've got there. So, as a business owner, what should been your biggest lesson over the last few years?
Um, yeah, I would say make the most of the people that you're with. Um, Empower them has been the biggest thing. And I said it sort of 5 minutes ago. Focus on one part and make that a success.
Yeah.
And that's what I did and how we've grown.
Well, tackle one problem at a time.
Yeah, well, sure.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So, if you were to go back in time and met your 18-year-old self, what would you tell them?
Buy Apple shares. No, kidding. I would say trust your own instincts. By all means, definitely listen, take advice, take on board as much information as possible. But ultimately, you're the one that makes a decision and make that decision for yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's great. So, what plans have you got that you'd like to share then?
Well, two things really. We're a we've grown to a scale now where we consolidate a lot of products, and we feel that's making a difference to the vehicles that are on the road. With our service, you know, clients that use us, products are consolidated. Without us, if the client was to do it themselves, they would be sending stock with a lot of air, shipping air, their product plus a lot of air.
Yeah,
Because we consolidate, we're shipping lots of products and therefore less air being
yeah,
shipped. As a result, there should be a carbon footprint saving, and it's quite important to us. We're now looking at ways to measure that, so that we can measure the carbon saving that we would have made in a particular period. So it might start with a month and then a quarter, and then ultimately we want to know every year what as accurately as possible what our carbon saving is by clients using our service.
yeah. Okay.
Um, and then the second thing we want to do, we want to join the B Corp movement. Really important to us. I think it's a great movement and it's something we want to be part of.
That is fantastic. I don't think that many businesses know about B Corp. Do you want to describe it for the viewers?
Yeah, look, for us, it's important because I think it's where major retailers are heading. It's about having the right values, the right ethics, particularly towards um, the environment for the people you work with. It's about, you know, it's very much being an ethical business, and that's what we want to be. And I can certainly see um, in the next 5, maybe 10 years, I can see retailers looking at their supply chain and possibly favouring those that are B Corp members over those that aren't, because it kind of demonstrates a commitment to real ethical values and support for your work life balance, your colleagues, the environment. All
Yeah,
that thing is really important to us, and that's something we want to be part of.
yeah. Because with B Corp, of course, the stakeholders aren't just the shareholders. They're the staff, they're the suppliers, they're the
Yeah,
entire ecosystem that's built around a company. And that's a huge mind shift. I'm aware that some of the banks have started to move in that direction. I think it's a massive challenge for some of the supermarkets, etc., because it's about driving down cost and the balance between driving down cost and dealing with suppliers in the way that you treat them as partners and not just
yeah.
suppliers is a massive cultural change. And I
But they've already started the journey. Yeah, I believe they've already started the journey. The retail, a lot of the retailers are signed up to GSCOP, which is an important sort of body that sets aside, puts aside principles in place of how they should deal with their suppliers.
Yeah.
And I've noticed a big shift in the last 2 years where when we're dealing with major retailers, the support is there for them to help you. They're not, perfect, but they are trying to resolve issues
Yeah.
to fairly, and that's a good start. And
Yeah.
I can see the shift continuing as I genuinely believe there will be a point where one might even take a stance and they'll only deal with with B Corp members at one point. So it could happen, and we want to be part of it.
Yeah, no, I think that's fantastic. I speak to a lot of business owners, and I have heard very few really understanding what B Corp is all about, and its merits, both ethically and as a change in a way of doing business. And I find this absolutely fascinating, and I find it quite inspiring for you guys to be doing it. I love the green thing as well, in that you're moving, you describing that you're moving air. That's such an important thing to take into account in logistics, is the waste that can go in if it's not done correctly. And
Yeah.
these days with fuel prices as well as climate change, then you're onto a bit of a winner there, I think. There's lots of ethical products coming into the market now, as you all know more than I, and I think lots of brands will be keen on moving in that direction. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got a few. What we know, one in particular, if you don't mind me mentioning, is a product called Bottle Up, and they are all about they WH Smith, as an example, is one of their big supporters. If you go to an airport, you see a bottle of Bottle Up. I love their red ones. It says London Red, but I prefer to call it a Liverpool Red as a Liverpool fan. But still, it's a bottle which has been designed to be. It's got water in it, so you're buying water at the airport, as an example.
Yeah.
Airside, take it through. While you're on holiday, though, it's designed to be refilled and reused over and over and over again.
Right.
Challenging with you can buy a bottle of Highland Spring Evian, etc. But you're going to use it once.
Yeah.
Their product is designed to be used again and again, and it's working, and people are buying it. So,
well, people
yeah,
care.
we are getting more ethical brands come on board.
People do care. That's what I find all the time. People do actually care. It's not just positioning; it's people have a conscience. So, I mean, shifting to B Corp is a huge share, actually, in terms of when I said at the beginning, what makes you different? You didn't say anything about that. And so it feels like that's just part of the culture of the company, and it's just sliding along. It's just you're almost, that's not part of the sales pitch of the company. I find that really cool. Actually, that's great.
Yeah. It's natural, really. That we consolidate. That's our goal. And the thing is, when we consolidate products, let's say it costs £50 to deliver a pallet, it might cost £90 to deliver two, and so on, as a sliding scale.
Yeah,
we don't benefit from that. Our clients do.
Yeah.
We make our money by charging a simple fee plus a small percentage.
Yeah,
our clients benefit from the consolidation, the saving, and that's what as well as the environment. That's what we're about.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's brilliant. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time today. I've really enjoyed the conversation. Inspiring to talking to a business owner who's pushing towards B Corp, because it's not a selfish thing. It's not about shareholder value. It's about developing an ethical business that treats all of its stakeholders, right from the customer right through to the supplier, as well as the business owners, in the way that they would want to be treated. And that's It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. So thank you so much. I'd love to keep in contact, find out what you guys are doing, and speak to you again in the future.
Yeah,
So,
please do. Thanks, Matt.
so Angelos, thank you so much for your time, and I'll speak to you soon.
My pleasure.
All the
Thanks,
best.
Matt.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.